Yeah, I mean, I think we had the pass on the field, and with the review, I got to talk it over with the guys on the sideline, and we thought they might play a man coverage, and we had a good play that we got to, and it was just about buying time, with that defensive line, and so I wish I could have got it a little bit further and made an easier catch, but a tremendous catch by him on that right there, and then securing it and getting us to the one so we can score a touchdown.
So you were always going, that was your first read on that play?
Yeah, it's a kind of a dual read where it's kind of a man versus zone type read, and so having the man coverage, we had a play where it was kind of you run towards the post and then back out, and he did a good job of winning. Obviously, I was rolling the other way, so it was a little further throw, but just giving him a chance to make a play and a guy making a play.
But when you went to the sideline, you're intending that it's going to be the Taekwon specifically?
I like the play just in general. So, just knowing that they probably could play man, that was a good big matchup alert. And so going over there talking with Nags and Coach Girardi and Coach Reed and saying like, if it's man, go there. If it's zone, we have another place we can get to. And then all else fails, you throw the ball short, get it some more yards so we can kick a field goal. And so having that time, we were all on the same page and we were able to go out there and execute.
It seemed like you guys were in a better rhythm in the second half. I guess what can you say that maybe was different from the first half to the second?
And we just executed better. I think the first few drives, we drove the ball really well down the football field. We just had mistakes and penalties and, alignment stuff that we're going to have to clean up for sure. But I feel like we were moving the ball the right way. Kind of struggled there at the end of that second quarter, but was able to get points at the end. But it was just finishing the drives. And I think that's something that's important in this league is getting touchdowns, not field goals. And when you score touchdowns, it looks a lot better than when you're kicking long field goals.
When you are getting field goals instead of touchdowns, what does it say about your defensive performance to kind of keep things at bay?
Yeah, they've been playing great these last 2 weeks. They've played winning football, and for us, we got to clean stuff up and get better and better. And but they're playing good. They're playing tight coverage. They're rushing. They're blitzing. They're doing all type of different stuff that you're supposed to do as a winning defense. And so for us, they can continue to do that, and we can clean stuff up and win a lot of football games.
Patrick, coach said that the second quarter's kind of ugly, hard to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And what was it like out there, just trying to find your way through? And they done you a couple of weird passes that kind of got behind the line.
Yeah, I kept throwing the ball backwards. That's not good. So just letting the rush get to me a little bit, and then trying to just kind of throw it without looking to see if the guy's actually in the spot that we got to get to. And so obviously did it once. I knew immediately it was backwards. You could tell I'm running to go recover the ball even though they had blown the whistle. And then secondly, did it again, and it's like, I don't think I've done it maybe ever in my career, so to do it twice in kind of a short span like that. I will say it was a great tackle. I'll pride myself. That was a big time tackle. So I'm not going to try to do that again, but that was we'll throw the ball forward from now on.
There was a spot we saw on TV, and Coach talked about it with Travis over on the sideline. You guys get emotional about these things. What was Travis like out there in the huddles and all that?
He was Travis. He was just normal Travis. He's a guy that loves it. He loves it. He's passionate about it, and that's what's made him so great. And so I have not seen what y'all are talking about, but I know Coach Reed loves it. I know Travis loves it. I know they love each other, and that's what you want out of the greats.
Patrick, on the first touchdown pass, it seemed like maybe Taekwon wasn't your first option. Just does that play a culmination of the trust you sort of developed in him to see sort of on that back shoulder to see that he's open?
Yeah, for sure. Just knowing kind of the coverage, I think that was a good job by him. Knowing that we were trying to kind of get something to Juju or Travis out in the flat, and then kind of having a spot up route for Juju, and how their double guy, kind of like last week with the Eagles, double guy ran to get to Travis and get out of the way. It puts Taekwon in a one-on-one situation there at the back side, and he did a good job getting open and then being in the right spot. So when I turn to get to that third progression, he's right in my vision, and I can make the throw.
That play that you made on Carrot Cake, that was a huge play. It saved 7 points. What kind of impact do you think that had on the game?
Yeah, it was a huge play. It was fixing my own mistake. You don't want to. It's hard to take credit for it because you are the reason that it happened. But obviously a big moment because he's about to pick that ball up. I can see his eyes get big, like he's about to score a touchdown. And that's what you got to finish in this game. You got to compete. You got to love the game. And whenever you make a mistake, you got to still leave it all on the line. And we were able to get that ball back, and the defense got a huge stop for us there at the end of the half, and then we were able to get 3 points. So definitely a momentum swing and making a bad play not as bad.
Last two by and then Sam.
Patrick, you hit Taekwon earlier on that drive on like the 3rd and 8, I think it was. But were you targeting him, or because
no? I was throwing it to Hollywood, who was open, but and Taekwon was running the post, and he got, I think, a little jammed up at the line of scrimmage, and I saw Hollywood, but I also saw Dexter Lawrence, so I was trying to throw it to a spot, and I heard the crowd kind of reacting that bad way, and then I looked up, and the guy that I wasn't throwing to caught it, so I was just like, let's go.
And then just the other thing, that first drive in the second half, it looked like you guys were as sharp as you've been. What went into that? I mean, was it some kind of reboot at halftime in some way?
Yeah. I mean, we talked at halftime. I think more than anything, guys we wanted to execute. At the end of the day, it's all about execution in this league. And when you make one mistake, it can really hurt your drive. Defenses are good, and they do a good job of capitalizing on that. And so we had a couple drives early in the game that we drove down the field and we pushed ourselves back and had to kick long field goals. And so for us, just executing all the way throughout a drive and seeing that, I mean, that's where we want to be, and we have to continue to do that more often.
Last one, Sam.
Just asking this because I don't want to assume anything. You probably didn't get many reps with Taekwon last year, though, right?
No, but he would come in, you get in those practices sometimes and guys are a little banged up at the end of the season. He'd kind of come in and run some of those deeper routes, and I would throw to him a couple times last year just to see what he had, and you could see that he had juice. And now just getting into OTAs and then into training camp, he was one of those guys that was down there with me working in Texas, and so I knew he was going to be a good football player, but he's even exceeding my expectations, and so he's stepping up whenever the opportunity has been provided for him.
Thanks, Patrick.